It was fantastic. It's the first time I've marched with anybody concerned with genital intactness and genital surgery on infants or adults. I was born intersex. When I was born, they could not say whether I was a boy or girl by looking. I was just a healthy baby. So I had the genital appearance of somewhere in between a male and a female with an enlarged clitoris and no labia. So, and I grew up that way.
What was your awareness of that? Where did you come to an awareness that you might be different than the average child?
When I was quite young, because in my case, you have masculinized genitals and a masculinized brain as well. So I don't identify as male or female. I've always identified as just a kind of a person in between. Intersex. I identify as gender neutral, sort of intersex. And I joined a boys' tree fort club when I was 6 or 7 years old because the initiation was you had to show your pee-pee. And so I got to get into the boys' tree fort club because I had a pee-pee.
It's a lovely story.
Yeah.
And so how did this work with being a teenager and coming into your sexual self?
Teenage years are tough. There was a lot of bullying in the locker room, physical bullying and name-calling, because I looked different, and I couldn't use tampons if I was menstruating, so I couldn't go swimming, and so I was kind of, you know, out. During the summer, I couldn't go to the pool and stuff because I had a clit, and it would get hard. We have erect clitorises, and they show. And so it was very, very tough during adolescence.
And then as a young adult, did you come to an acceptance of yourself?
I sure did. It took over a decade after the age of 20, probably not until I was 30 years old, till I felt very comfortable with my body.
And what is your sense of gender expression? Like, do you like to be appear androgynous?
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I've always felt like I don't need to conform to a gender binary state of female or male. And so I just feel in between. It's not that I go for the look or anything of androgyny, but it's just how I've always felt. That's just how my brain works.
Yeah. And what about partnering with other people? Are you attracted to
brains?
Yeah.
I'm attracted to the mind. I don't care about the body. I'm unable to have penetrative sexual intercourse. So if it's a man, they have to know that and be accepting of that. So I've had 2 serious partners. One was a lesbian, female, and was one was a male to female transsexual.
Okay.
So.
And I heard you talking with Tina about surgery. Is that something you care to talk about?
I had surgery when I was 18 years old, cosmetic. Basically, so I didn't look like I had a scrotum. They cut down the middle and created an opening, direct opening to the vagina. But they needed to create vulva that they wanted to make me look more normal. And I kind of regret that, but.
And what sort of message would you have for parents who might have an intersex child?
If you have an intersex child, love that child and don't direct it to male or female. Let that child decide who it is. Because it might not be a boy, it might not be a girl. It might be just like me, intersex, in the middle. That's how I identify.
I think that's a fine place to be.
I do too.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your interest.